Hey guys, what is going on stream? I am live. I wish I was more comfortable right now. All right, all right, all right, all right. I'm excited. I rehooked up all my flight setup stuff, so I'm gonna jump back into DCS World. Right. There's my Harley Quinn mug. I love this thing. Although it's gonna be flipped for you, but you get it. DCS World is unpacking now, so I'm just gonna watch videos and stuff until it is done. So I was watching like tutorial. I was watching Drewski videos when he flies this thing in Arma 3, so I downloaded Arma 3 and I was like, man, I don't want something as super realistic as DCS World. I kind of want an arcadey version of DCS World, and I was like, oh, Arma 3 is kind of the arcadey version of DCS World, because I mean it's basic enough that anyone can pick it up and do it, and it's complicated enough that once you get skilled at it, it's pretty great. And when you're doing ground stuff and stuff like that, but Arma 3 hates HOTAS HOTAS setups. It just does. I've tried to set up, because here I have the Warthog throttle. It does not do incremental like throttling, I guess. Like with this setup, because this is the dual engine throttle, because the A10 Thunderbolt has two engines on it. I love this video. I watch this quite a bit. Let's watch this one. I haven't watched this.
Five reasons why no nation on Earth wants to fight the A10 Warthog.
Oh my god, going vertical in A10.
One simply does not mess with the A10 Thunderbolt and get away with it. Call her the A10 Thunderbolt, or more affectionately, A10 Warthog, but the U.S. Air Force Close Air Support Avenger will take a beating and still find a way to shower you with her low-altitude armor-piercing ammo. The A10 is one of the most revered pieces of equipment that our fighting men and women have at their disposal, and its track record proves it. The 30mm GAU-8A cannon that sits on the front of the A10 with its barrel protruding from the nose is one of the heaviest automatic cannons ever mounted on an aircraft. Since the pilots are protected by titanium armor, which also protects parts of the flight control system, the A10 can linger longer in the battle zone in all kinds of conditions, including low visibility and darkness. The A10 Thunderbolt has earned its reputation thanks to the bravery of her pilots and her performance above the battlefield. We're proud to give a little respect back to those who've served our great country and share a few of the reasons why the A10 Warthog is an aircraft that should never be taken lightly.
Oh my god, imagine going vertical on that something. That thing's not, it is fast, but it's pretty slow for airplane standards.
Here's the total count. A 30mm GAU-8A cannon, up to 16,000 pounds of mixed ordnance on 8 underwing and 3 under fuselage pylon stations, a 500-pound Mk-82 and 2,000-pound Mk-84 series low-high drag bombs, incendiary cluster bombs.
Okay, now these giant bombs here, you mainly only want to mount them like under the cockpit. You don't want them out here. This setup is weird in the back for my I guess, because this right here is not a weapon. You can't see because the guy's head's in the way. That's like your target or your image thing. I forget what they call it, but it is basically a camera. And it can see super far. It is amazing how far you can see in an A10, at least from DCS standpoint. I don't see why it'd be that. They do have a heavy bomb here and lighter bombs in the center. I wonder why. Or these could be like same amount of pounds. I don't know. I love how this has D's nuts written on it. Oh my god.
Bombs effects munitions, mine-dispensing munitions, an AGM-65 Maverick, and AIM-9...
Those mine dispensing units are in DCS World, and they are so... I went back too far.
Munitions, mine dispense...
Those things are so cool. Like, it goes down and it pops, and then parachutes pop out, and they gently fall to the ground, and they just litter the area in mines.
Munitions, an AGM-65 Maverick, and AIM-9 Sidewinder missiles, plus a Gatling gun.
I believe that thing has a camera on it for a reason. That has data from the targeting computer on the A10 and will go towards your pip. So your pip is a spot on the ground that you've marked. It's been a couple years since I've flew in DCS, so I'm gonna have to relearn everything. So I'm gonna be doing that for you guys. That'll be fun. But yeah, let me reset all my switches now that I think about it. So that's actually a really cool bomb. I think it's just really a high explosive yield. It'll probably kill anything. I would use that in DCS to if there's targets in a building, I would level a building.
5 Maverick and AIM-9 Sidewinder missiles, plus a Gatling gun that's specifically designed to fire high...
What you talk about, not enough space. Steam? I don't know what you're saying. You did that before, Steam, but you still launched the game. I don't understand what you're doing. Not enough free disk space. I don't know what you're talking about. Hang on. Let me go to the library then. You're launching. What are you doing? Get out of here. Hang on. What do I have? What's on Assault Arma? Because I don't really want to play it right now. Let's get Postscriptum out of here. I kind of lost. I've been playing Squad more than Postscriptum nowadays. Alright, Control Shift Escape here. Reset. DCS, get out of here. Well, uninstall Postscriptum. I do need another hard drive. That's next to my buy list is another M.2. I got DCS up to 130 gigs. Now play. What's going on? Play. It's gonna start downloads. Okay. It's launching the game and downloading, which I'm really confused about, and it's probably gonna kill my my stream here. I gotta pay attention to. I'm gonna continue watching stuff with the A10 Warhog.
Explosive, incendiary, and armor-piercing depleted uranium rounds at a rate of 3,900 rounds per minute.
Oh, I forgot the rounds are depleted uranium. Because I read too that it's one of the only weapons that uses. It's like one of the only uses for depleted uranium. That's neat. I forgot all about that. Every time I talk about the A10 and how much I love it, I forgot the rounds are depleted uranium. That's such a cool thing.
That's a serious aircraft with a bad attitude. And you want to shoot at this bad beast? Good luck with that.
Such a cool gun. Pop into. Okay.
2. Survivability. The A10 has a honeycomb panel design that makes up the leading edges of the wing and tail, making them more resistant to battle damage. Interestingly, the front landing gear retracts under the wings while still sticking somewhat out of the fuselage, giving the Warthog a way to touch down with its landing gear up. This aircraft can survive multiple direct hits from armor-piercing and high-explosive projectiles, while its self-sealing fuel cells are protected by internal and external foam. Like in 2003, when Captain Kim Campbell successfully brought her Warthog back from a close air support mission near Baghdad, her 75th Fighter Squadron A-10 was hit by ground fire, taking extensive damage to the starboard vertical stabilizer, horizontal stabilizer, aft fuselage, and engine. Upon sustaining the hit, the airplane became uncontrollable, rolling left, nose down. After trying several ways to regain control, she engaged the backup mechanical flight control system. The jet responded, and with some help from her wingman, she landed back at her forward base.
Ah, such a cool airplane. Okay, we're up. SL Flying. Shit, I forgot. Did I need a... I don't know. Did I have it for DCS user? I forgot my password. Okay. Let's I'm gonna hide the screen for a second. Ah. I got one more thing I can try real quick. Let's see, I didn't think I needed that. Did it work? Wait a minute. I'm in? That was the right password? Oh yeah, I'm in. Never mind, it was the right password. I guess I'm in. Let's check my settings here. I had everything on low because I was playing in VR, but I'm not playing in VR right now. So I want to turn everything on to Civ traffic. Oh, that's cool. We'll go high and everything here. Clutter and graph, trees visibility, reload radius, gamma. Oh, high presets. We'll go with that. Resolution. Hell no. Okay. It's got to reset. Hang on. How's everyone doing? Like I said, I'm gonna retrain myself on the A10 Warthog and Digital Combat Simulator. You are seeing a black screen. Jesus, that's loud. No, we don't need music. I don't care for music in games. I really don't. Alright. So we got yep, Yeti. That's fine. I want to do single player. Cause I gotta learn how to start the aircraft again. I got the upgraded A10-c. Which one is it? A10-c2? Is that it? Yeah, Tank Killer. That's what I got. Set wallpaper. There we go. Damn, look at that beauty. Look at it. I have a lot of aircraft and stuff for this. Not a lot here. I thought I had combined arms. I might have to rectify that. Let's go instant action real quick. No, I don't want to go to instant action. I forgot how to play. Hang on. Oh yeah, cold and dark. Let's do it. All right, cold and dark means it's gonna be a whole system. I don't like how. There we go. There's like specific DCS things. There we go. I updated it to. I might turn off my camera too, just because the program is not responding. I know you're not seeing the full picture. I'll fix it here in a second. There we go. I think the next thing I want to learn to fly in this is the Huey, but the Huey is so difficult. Just any helicopter in general. I think the plane I got down pat, it's pretty similar. Most planes kind of handle the same. There are subtle differences in each military aircraft. There's actually some major differences in like flying something between the A10 and then going like to an F-18 or an F-14 Tomcat. It's F-14, you gotta be super careful because there's no safeties in an F-14 Tomcat, so you can just rip your wings right off from the G's if you don't know how to maintain the stress. I tried flying the F-18 because I played it when they just added the F-18, and I was doing tutorials and everything, and I just couldn't get a handle of it. I was running it like I would run the A10, so I was flying too low, and I was just getting shot down left and right. And taking the computer on the F-18 was a little bit more difficult for me to understand. The computer on the A10 is very straightforward, and as soon as I figured out what all the buttons did, I was down pat. I had it. I'm still pretty terrible at multitasking, so while I get caught up on trying to search for a ground target, I'm honestly good thing I have the autopilot because I would just fall like just roll or something. I like the setup they got here in this screenshot. So on the outside, they got some sidewinders. It looks like on the far right, the closest to us, next one in, looks like they got about a 500 pounder, I think. That looks like a guided missile. Looks like 4 dummies underneath it. I don't think those are guided. They might be H bombs. On the left mounted wing, there's rocket pods, and then on the far left is the targeting computer. I may actually have to restart the game. It is crashed. Or it is not responding. Oh, I need to pull up the multi-stream chat. Hang on. Yeah, sorry, I wasn't in multi-stream chat. I'm gonna close the program. I'll restart it and try it again. Control Shift Escape. Okay. I don't think I have anything on in the background. Oh, that needs to get out of here. That needs to get out of here. Ah. Maybe it's because they're still downloading. I'll let it download. I'll keep we'll go back to watching videos. Here we go. Oop. Oop, wrong one.
3. Range. At around 2,580 miles, the Warthog's flight range could get you from New York City to Los Angeles, California. Thanks to 2 General Electric TF34 GE100 turbofan engines, the aircraft can achieve about 450 miles an hour, or Mach 0.75, making the Thunderbolt fast enough to be ultra-deadly. 4. Support. The A-10 Warthog has immeasurable value to our U.S. troops on the ground and plays a critical role in our military strategy in the Middle East and around the world. Arizona Representative Ruben Gallego said, "I'm glad we were able to keep this fleet fully operational, and I will continue to fight to preserve this aircraft to ensure that the warfighter on the ground gets their air support." The A-10 was specifically designed for close air support missions. Its large and varied ordnance, long loiter time above the battlefield, accurate weapons delivery, and unfriendly field capability are more than well developed to be at the forefront of the ground forces around it. As the U.S. Air Force says, the low altitude safety and targeting enhancement upgrade provided computerized weapon aiming equipment, an autopilot, and a ground collision warning system, which includes multi-band communications, global positioning system, and inertial navigation systems, infrared and electronic countermeasures against air-to-air and air-to-surface threats.
They added infrared. Now there's some, and DCS the bane of the A10 is, I forget what it's called. It's some ground defense unit that fires heat seeking. I don't know if they seek heat. Because you don't get warnings when one fires out. You have to visually spot it and then evade because your countermeasures don't work against it. I don't remember what it is.
In other words, try to shoot at our ground troops, and we will not only shoot back, but unleash hell on you exactly where you stand. 5. Grit. A-10 pilots have night vision capability to conduct missions during any hour after dark. The A-10 was also designed with a fast maintenance turnaround time in mind.
Yeah, the night vision thing, I think most US planes have night vision, if not all. I believe it's pretty standard. That's one of the advantages our Air Force has over other countries, because a lot of the other countries don't. When I was listening to a podcast, I think it was Black Rifle. I don't remember what podcast it was. It might be the Black Rifle Coffee podcast, which is, by the way, what I'm drinking, Black Rifle Coffee. It's Free Range American Podcast. That's what it's called. But they were talking about how when they, I want to say, I listen to so many, it's hard to pinpoint, but that's like the only military like focused one that I've listened to. But anyway, they talk about how they were in a combat zone that was like in the Middle East somewhere. Might have been Syria. I don't remember. I think it was Syria. But the Russians, I think it was Russians, maybe Syrians. I don't know. There was another country there that they would antagonize our planes. We wouldn't shoot at them. They wouldn't shoot at us. We just they'd antagonize each other. And one of the things of at night was we had better capabilities because we just had night vision on our aircraft, and the others didn't. What I will say is an A-10 is dog shit at dogfighting, which is fine because that's not what it was designed to do. It's a close air support.
To keep it on the battlefield. Things like damaged wing skins that can be replaced in the field, the cannon creating so much smoke while it's being fired that it looks like a forest fire, and a Gatling gun that fires rounds the size of beer bottles makes the Warthog deserve its moniker, the Cross of Death. Certainly the most important thing to remember is the pilots who fly these winged wonders and the ground crews that maintain.
He's got the targeting helmet on. That's a neat fucking helmet. That's a new addition. When they, I think it was the early 2000s or something, they actually started adding these, which I don't remember what it does. It's not like the Apache. The Apache helicopter has a thing on your helmet that wherever you look, the gun is pointing to. It might actually work with the targeting computer, which I don't see him having one on unless it's somewhere else. I call it a targeting computer. There's a specific name for it. But that's basically what it is. It's a computer that targets things.
Them. Our fighting men and women are the real heroes, and the A-10 Thunderbolt is just another tool in the fight for freedom, and a tool that works quite well, thank you. Contemporary Air Force F-15 and F-16 pilots like to joke that A-10s don't have instrument panel clocks, they have calendars. At the time, the Air Force's high-tech fighter faction, which included most of Air Force leadership, considered the twin-engined, straight-wing attack airplane an anachronistic dud, unfit to operate in the modern battlefield where it was supposed to kill Russian tanks. Whether you're talking about a sophisticated stealth bomber or flying machine gun, it's never easy to bring a new warplane into being. How the A-10 program survived its first few years is a complicated story. Former A-10 pilot and author Colonel Arden B. Dahl, retired, contends that the Thunderbolt II made it to production by prevailing in two key political battles. Between the maneuverability and the survivability, the A-10 Fleet Fighter Squadron has taken on Operation Enduring Freedom, Desert Storm, and ISIS wherever they may be, making it one of our best weapons in the fight for freedom around the globe.
Oh, he's got AA on the side of that thing. It's always so cool to see airplanes fly in formation. Those are F-35s they're flying next to. Something you can do in DCS, but I've never been able to, is air refueling. But I'm gonna be honest with you. If you got to air refuel in an A10, they have massive fuel tanks. Probably the coolest looking aircraft. Oh man, I love it. Steam, you done yet? Oh, Steam is done. I wanted to play Star Wars Squadrons with my setup too, so I had it downloaded. DCS World, let's play. Boop. I only have 50 hours in reference. Most of that is flying the A10. I love it. Such a cool aircraft. Is it Track IR? Is that the thing that maps your head movements? Kind of want one of those. I don't know how well it would work out for me though. Okay, you are seeing it. Okay, I was wondering about that. Yep. Might as well just do that. Hey, both of these. Again, some instant action. We're gonna do cold and dark. I have to remind myself how to play. I'll be right back. I gotta get some cold medicine, not cold medicine, Claritin. Allergy. There we go. That's loud. Got an alarm going off. My bad, guys. I forgot this has a real long loading time. Definitely need to get M.2 for this. I don't think it would load as long with if I turned off preload though. But then I get lag in game. When DCS is loading, I learned not to click anywhere. Don't alt tab, don't click on the screen. Don't do any of that crud. Otherwise, you're gonna have crashing problems. I'm gonna Google my phone. Oh, okay. There are no threats. Copy that. That's what I wanted.
This mission starts with a cold and dark aircraft parked on the ramp. You may fly the planned route or just explore the area. There are no threats.
Jesus Christ, that's loud. Beep. Do the APU? Hang on. I'm gonna Google an A10 startup guide because I kind of remember A10 startup. No, I don't want to download a PDF. Oh, I don't remember basic controls. How do I look around? Hang on, what's the basic control for looking around? uh... Yeah, okay, so battery. APU I gotta turn on with the battery. So I can turn on the APU with this. That is right. No, over there. I want to fly that. Let me fly those. Oh, it just controls. It's not in the options. A10-c real. Oh wow. That's what I meant. A10-c 2 real. That's too real, man. I just don't know. Just view, camera view. Oh, head shift movement on or off. Is that what I need? What? What the heck? Alright. Yeah, I'm Oh, one of these buttons changes my view. Hang on. I know what that does. It's not that, is it? No. I need to fix it. What's that? Hang on, I'm relearning, okay? Somehow I can change my view. It's gotta be something that rotates. I'm changing my radio here. You can hear me flip the APU on. Okay, this is a generator. But I don't have a battery switch here. I gotta look down to do the batteries. I can look down that way, I guess. But I can't. My 4 button doesn't work, so I can't look down over there. Okay, but I can reset. And I can kind of, I have to cheat it, going like that, going like that. Okay. Alright, startup guide. We ready? Step by step. On the right panel of your plane, and turn on the battery. If I can remember where the battery is, that would be awesome. I think it's these. Yeah, so I can flip this up. It's APU on. That flow should turn on. Hang on. That's right. Got it. Did it. Inverter switch is on, right? I think I turned it on preemptively. Oh, I did not turn that shit on. Okay, and... turn on the radios. I think the radio's over here. Oh. Radio somewhere in here. Hang on. No, that's it right here. Throttle's on the left. Okay, 4 fuel pumps. If I remember it right here, I think these are the pumps. Yep. All right, I did that. Wait. Oh no, these are pitch and yaw. Oh, okay, those, I need those on anyway for the targeting computer. So this is what I needed to turn on up here. These right there. I think. I'm not 100% sure. I already had the APU started. I'm starting my left engine. Ignite the right engine. Go. I'm doing something wrong here. Unless this button don't work. Maybe this new airplane doesn't work with the buttons. So right ignition. What are the countermeasures? Turn on my countermeasures. I turned off the APU. It's fucking me up. Alright, I'm gonna turn on the APU. I'm gonna have everything in the off. APU on. It's gonna power up everything. My gauges are gonna go up. Engine operation, I'm gonna turn on the right, okay. It didn't stabilize yet, we're gonna stabilize it. The APU's gotta heat up, if I remember right. Something's gotta heat up, I forget what it does. And I got to do something over here. I remember that for a fact. We're gonna restart the process. Hang on. Shit, I can't restart, can I? Briefing. Bye. Battery on. Okay, we got that. So the fuel is on. Countermeasure. Okay, so now start the APU. Got that. Let the gauges do this. I'm remembering this all by head. Hang on. APU's got to warm up. Okay, there's the engine. Start right engine. Let's do this. I think the left engine's actually starting. One of these gauges is my engine. Is it this one? My MFD should be on already. I don't remember how to turn on the MFD. Because they gotta take time to get my satellite, and I can't move when it's trying to get my satellite. Okay, master arm. Because I don't save, so I can't shoot. It's landing gear, right? Yeah. What's the key binding for? Right, alt home? Okay, so my key bindings for starting the engines are broke on my controller. So right engine key or left engine keybind works. Okay, so now I gotta watch. Alright, left engine. I'd like you to come on anytime now. Oh, you know what? Those are my fuels up here. That might have been a problem. What's the controls for right engine? What that is. Yeah, those are my fuels. What's to do with that? That's radar. That's autopilot. Landing gear warning. Yeah, silence. Okay, I remember all that. But where's search? Engine start left. Oh, I did right control home and right alt home. Did I fuck something up? I think I fucked something up. Keybinds aren't working. Are we? Oh, man, it takes so fucking forever. Hang on, options. Should be a way to redo the briefing, I hope. Restart. I broke it. Quit. Hang on. Oh yeah, the fly again. Hang on. Restarting. Everything's off. Okay. See, what I would normally do is, if I remember right, I would do the battery.
This mission starts with a cold and dark aircraft parked on the ramp. You may fly the planned route or just
then I
explore
turn
the
on the
area.
MFD
There are no
immediately.
threats.
So I need to flip those up. Okay, here's the manual operates. Okay, for the engines. That's good to know. Oh yeah, then inverter. That's right. Up one from the battery. That is not the inverter. That is the emergency floodlight. Radios. Which one of these is the right? I think it's this one, right? Enable the APU. I'll do the generator. Those are already enabled. Oh yeah, that's right. Throttles have to be in the idle position. So that should have started my right engine. I think my right engine is kind of broken. Oh, yeah, there it goes. Hey, it just had to charge up some more. One engine's on. Hell yeah. This gauge. Okay, I think it's this gauge's engine power. These two right here. So I let it stabilize. Now we're gonna do left engine. Now that engine should be powering up. Yeah, it's spinning. Oh my god, we're doing it, boys. Click on the two switches with the number 1 on them on the bottom right of the picture. I did that, right? Oh no, yeah, I did that. I got oxygen, my canopy is down. Enable radar until hitting the switch at 5. It may be hidden by throttle sometimes. It's already on by default, alright. Enable all of those. That's right, I remember now. Not rolling, am I? Kind of. Yeah, I thought I was rolling. Brake. Oh, these are the brake ain't. Oh, hang on, I forgot. DCS is weird. Because my controls are fucked up. I forgot in this. Okay, so for brake. Shit, search. Brake. Wheel brake right. Didn't have to. Ah, fuck. Oh, yeah. Right here. Is this on the right mode? Worth looking into, I guess. Yeah, it is. How did I get this to work the first time? I was registering it as... Okay, I had to click on Axis. That's right. That is correct. Okay. Now this is going to be... What do they call that? What's this? We got pitch and roll. Yes, that's correct. Steering is not axis. Oh, rudder. Duh. Okay, so rudder is going to be... Nice. Nice. Okay, so that's working. I got it. I remembered. Okay, back to this. I'm trying to get it so I can see it. There we go. There's no knob on the bottom right. I mean, bottom left. Look at the two big screens on the front dash. These are the MFDs, yes. On each at the bottom right of them dash, click the knob on each at the bottom right of them twice. Oh, those are on, I guess. Okay, I did that. Click on CDU. I'm at load all, so it's gonna put stars next to all of them. Takes a few minutes. Now, forget, there's a reason why this is spinning, and I don't remember. Not soy. Okay, so that's off. So I need to enable the targeting pod, which I think was... Where did I see that at? Did a timer just start? Why is there... It's aligning, so that means I think the satellite is trying to pick up where I'm at, so I shouldn't move. I believe that's what that means. I think this is spinning because my satellite is wrong. It might just because I'm on the ground, but I believe that shouldn't be spinning right here. I want to see if my flap control works on my throttle here, so... Oh, now the damn camera controls aren't working. Shit, I fucked it up. Those are my countermeasures, yes. I'm gonna put this on the... on now. This means something too, I forget. Okay, let me look at this over here. Pass. Okay. Yeah, that's what that does. Do have visual on that. Do I have visual on... Okay, I got visual on that. Oh, it's working now. Okay. I think I had the wheel lock on in the front. How do I disable the wheel lock? I got some steering with brakes. It feels good to be flying again, boys. It honestly does. Ah, I fucked up. Man, my brakes are funky. I don't like steering with brakes. I'm stuck in the grass. Awesome. Let's do a new startup. Why was my front wheel locked? Because I should have, go to controls. And it should jump axis. Yeah, that's rudder. Oh, you know what? It's probably not steering as well. Rudder and steer is probably different. Fuck. How do you do steering? There's no joy button for on this rudder. What are you talking about? What? That's on the joystick. What do you mean no steering button? Ooh. I don't understand. What is button 3? Click off of it. I think I'll jump to it once I actually hit it. This button? That does the gear? Oh my god, it does. I got it. I got it. We got it. We can do this now. We're gonna fly again. Let's do it. Now that I know how to steer. Jesus. Flip all my switches off. Remembering how to start the thing is half the battle from a cold start, because the Milsim group I was with, you cold start everything.
This mission starts with a cold and dark aircraft parked on the ramp.
So,
you fly the planned route,
battery,
just explore the area.
And honestly, I would immediately flip these on. And then I would flip all these. I don't know, these ain't the right standard procedures, but I don't think it breaks anything. I do that, and then that's on. Then I do APU. I don't want to deal with all that engine noise, so we're gonna close canopy already. Get the MFDs warmed up. I'm remembering right now. If you do it right, you can get to like you can start this thing in a few minutes. Gauges are steady, right? Okay, so then we're gonna. Oop. Gonna load the data here. Awesome. You know what? I did a major error too. I didn't change the. So what? And then these are a must. That should be on by default. Okay, so right engine spooling. It stabilized. It did. Now we're gonna do left engine. It should be spooling up right now. Right engine wasn't done spooling up all the way. I could have fucked up my left engine. I'll go over here. That's done. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go nav here. We're gonna warm up our targeting pod here. This didn't kick on yet, so I see we're not on test. Not ready. Master caution. Got it. Oh yeah. No, I don't need to turn it off yet. Because that didn't start up correctly, so I'm gonna let it start up, wind up all the way. I shut it down just to restart it. Really should be in the idle position on the, yep. I'm gonna go ahead and oh, that's not my, unlock the nose gear. I can't do that yet. So the right engine's spooling. I'm not getting any power to my engines. I mean, I've got... Duh! Inverter switch was off. I'm an idiot. Now I'll get power to my engines. You know, I had to start it once and going down the runway. I did everything a little bit out of order to see what would work. Maybe I should just do SOP, my regular SOP. Because I'm not getting, although they are trying to start, my engines are not actually getting power. See, it's red here. I got the air, they are getting fuel. We are in a predicament. What is going on? fucked up. I want to read through the SOP again and see what I missed. I want to hard shut off things. I killed the electricity. Yeah, no, Master Caution. You don't like it, do you? Those should be locked right now. But APU is losing power. Right engine's still trying to do something. Alright, restart. I don't know what's going on. I tried troubleshooting, it didn't work. Okay.
This mission starts with a cold and dark aircraft parked on the ramp. You may fly the planned route or just explore the area. There are no threats.
Okay, so battery. We do the generator. Inverter. APU goes up to full. Power or fuel. I got enough power generating APU. We're gonna start my right engine. put that in idle and let it do its thing. I still got full APU. Oh, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. We're in the green. Start left engine. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. My nav is not up. I have to remember what nav is. We're running, we're good. That's nav. Okay, aligning now. Beautiful, we got her running. Let's see. We got the wheels unlocked. That actually worked this time. Oh yeah, hey, thanks for viewing. I'm trying to figure out how to get it to work. I'm trying to get the nav working. I flew this when it first released the A10, and then I flew a little bit when the F18 came out, and then I stopped. So ever since they released, probably about a month after they released the F18, I stopped playing DCS. Just because I started playing other things, and now I decided to get back into it because I saw they updated the A10 with a new DLC like upgrade to it, and I'm using that right now, the A10-c. So this is just testing, trying to figure it out. The F14 is hard. I tried flying the F-14 myself. I kept tearing my own wings off. I like the A10. It's very forgiving. You can fly it like it's an old beat up truck and it just never dies. I want to know why this spins. Is it because I don't have something turned on? I don't think you're supposed to move when you're aligning, but I'm just gonna test flight it. I don't really care about nav. I can do I guess I could have looked left and right. I'm gonna lock the throttles together now that I feel like I need to enable a little bit of a dead zone on my rudders here. I didn't check the weather. I don't know what the hell it's got. Up, come on. Rudder, stop it. I guess I'll steer with my brakes for time being. My pedals are cheap pedals, so you know I do get the Thrustmaster Warthog full flight setup. I didn't buy the Thrustmaster Warthog pedals because I'm not spending $600 on pedals. I guess I can lock it, so I'm not doing those little tiny adjustments. And I'll unlock it when I turn. That's a good idea. Oh, yep. Alright. This is a practice road. I'm not doing any call outs or nothing. In fact, I don't even remember if I turned on my radio. Oh, who cares? I'll go up a little bit. There we go. Yeah. Let's go out onto the runway here. Do I want to take off with full flaps? I don't remember. I think mid flaps is what I want to take off at. Alright. We ready? My first flight since coming back. My chair's so rolly when I try to throttle forward, I push myself back. Let's reduce the friction on my throttles real quick. Alright. Throttling up. Up, up, keep it straight, keep it straight, keep it straight. Woo! Feel that rush. I don't have my display on, I just realized. Oh well, who needs a display? I just feel the stick. Let's not tail strike, let's not tail strike, let's get it up in the air. Woo! My landing gear warning, I think, is what it was. Yeah. Okay. Let's adjust this here. Woo! While we doing this, can I do gauge autopiloting? I don't think I can. There we go. Ah, look at that. Got it adjusted. Trim it a little bit. Let's climb a little harder though. Look at this beautiful aircraft. I forgot to load it with training rounds, but okay, I got a note, so acknowledge. Alright. It's mad at me for climbing that high. Let's do master arm. There we go. Alright, trim. I trim you a little bit and then you reset. A little heavy in the ass end. There we go. Yep, A10. I'm learning it. Don't know why my gun's on yet. I didn't load my loadout. Son of a bitch, no wonder why everything was freaking out. Oops. Like I said, I quit playing like right after they released the F-18. So I'm trying to relearn everything off the top of my head. Luckily I got a cold start going in this thing. I just chafed by accident. Alright. Oh yeah, I'm actually using, I have a Thrustmaster Warthog throttle and stick setup. So a lot of everything I need is on this, everything is like right in front of me, not on the screen. I want to know, my navigation is fucked because that should be pointing where I need to go, not spinning. So how did I do this? Okay, so now this is working. I can now operate the target somehow. Okay, my pip should be moving. But I don't see a pip. Where are we at? Oh my god, I'm a little high for an A10. Let's adjust my trim. Let's level this thing out. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, yes and no. I just have the throttle and the stick in front of me. But everything like my APU generator, my autopilot, and well, you could see it. Here, see? This is the actual A10 throttle. And it's an actual A10 stick. Alright. My slew is off. It's gonna roll on me. Let's slew it back over. I'm climbing still. I don't want to climb. Let's go back down. We're gonna do an altitude autopilot. It's not working. So my nav is off because autopilot is not enabling. So altitude should hold me. It is not. Nav is still off, it's saying right down here. Huh. Not in an A10. No. I think I got safety on. My Burt cannon isn't working. Oh, there's my Burt cannon switch. Burt cannon. Ready? Ready? Yeah, zoom way out, about right here. Ah, Burt cannon. Normally, A10s wouldn't fly this high. When you fly this out of an A10, that's when you're just asking. This is what I want to fly, but it won't let me. So I'm gonna Google how to enable nav in an A10. EAC. Where's the EAC? Nav is off, which means it's ready to be enabled. You know what I'm also flying? With the damn... I had the fucking APU on still. Damn, that was probably killing the power. Left throttle behind. Oh, okay. Oh, right here. Oh, it didn't align. Means I gotta land and let that align. Yes and no, Dragon. I wouldn't say space. Not like where you're gonna like look down at the Earth and like only see black above. You can't get. Well, what's Steam doing? Steam, what are you doing over here? Oh, not doing anything. Man, I love this game. Burt Cannon. The greatest thing about an A10 is that the recoil of the Gatling. I don't know if you. Is my game too loud? I may have to turn it down. It might be too loud. Let's do it that way. No, that's my mic. That's not the game. Okay. That the recoil of the Gatling gun is so strong, it actually forces the aircraft to stall. If you keep firing. I wonder if the game simulates that. So speed, okay, should slow my aircraft down. It is. It's slowing my aircraft down. That's cool. And we'll gain speed by pitching down. I think you can turn this on in the air, it just takes a lot longer. Autopilot's not gonna work with EACs not on now. Alright, we're gonna do cold start again. And then we will figure this out. Switch everything off. Autopilot. Should be about what? Is it 5 minutes, I think, to warm up? Or get the satellite aligned for nav? I think it's around 5 minutes, so I should move for about 5 minutes. Okay. I'll go over here.
This mission starts with a cold and dark aircraft parked on the ramp. You may fly the planned route or just explore the area. There are no threats.
Oh, thanks for the follow, Russian Dragon. Oh yeah. Although I don't quite care for this, but I think these are radio. No, CDU. I don't know what those are. I think I need that for radio. Okay. Oh, that's steer point. Oh, that's how you move the slave. Okay. Then countermeasures. Yeah, it looks like it. Let's go ahead and start my right engine. So I gotta watch this gauge, make sure it stays full. This is my APU power. This is my engine starting up. I should have uncoupled my throttle here and then moved this to idle. Okay. This needs to be on test. Okay. Go line. Okay. It's aligning now. So this needs to stop flashing, I think, for nav to be working. So this is at full power, which that means my engine, and that winded down. So that must mean my right engine is fully started. Double check it. Yeah, we're good. Then we'll do left engine here. APU shouldn't fall. Okay. It's spinning now. Means nav is doing something. Nav is aligned, I think? So can we do EAC now? Nope. Before I forget, I need to go over here. Which one is it? Yeah, load all. Okay, so go down here. Seat not armed. That might help. Okie dokie. Oh yeah. Please don't roll. Okay. But now we should have both engines running. We do. Nice. We got stars on everything. Our weapons are loaded. Weapons are off. CDU. We have... Okay. We're gonna turn on... We're gonna warm up our thing over here. Targeting pod. Come on, EAC. Flip on. Why is EAC not working? .8. Okay, that's what I need to look out for. This needs to be at 4.0, 0.8 for it to be aligned. Okay. That's what we're waiting on. I gotta watch this computer. Nav will be aligned when this is at 4.0 to 0.8. I don't know what that means. I just know those are the numbers I need to look out for. Then this button should click off. Did not. So now nav should work. It did not. What is going on? Instrument nav ready. Yeah. You gotta let your nav system finish aligning before you can turn on the EAC. Look for T equal 4.0.8 and above. Nav ready is flashing. But EAC is not staying on. Oh, the engines are on now. I can turn off APU. Let's do that. I am at the right. Click on nav. Come on, EAC. Work with me here. Why aren't you working? Good old Google. Let's figure this out. Oh, god damn it. God damn it. Navigation mode. It says here from HARS to EGI. In front of the stick, you have to. In front of the stick. The stick? Like this stick? And then I go down here. Oh, nav's working. Okay, so double checking. My arms are online. They're loaded. My nav here. It's going to align. I think that can warm up while I'm taking off. But for right now, and these are my course set knobs, right? Oh, that's amazing. Okay. Pitch and trim, I can do that with my trim is on the stick. All right, we can take off again. I'm thinking I'm finally like it. I'm gonna do half flaps. I always take off with half flaps. I don't know if I should do full flaps or not. I'm gonna do half. Alright, let's go do it again. Let's lock my throttles together. Oh, enable steering. You know what I should do? Okay, it already did it. I don't remember the buttons for talking. FA, F7. Nope, F11. That's not it. That's not it. I think I'm flipping things. I'm hearing it click when I'm putting the number buttons. We got it. Nav is working. I'm not doing any of the radio stuff yet. Let's get the flying down pat first. There we go. I'll lock the wheels so I no longer do stupid turns. I'm gonna do a full flap takeoff. I haven't did that yet. I'm gonna see what it does. Oh, a little fast for the over here. Okay, I'm just gonna go right on out to the runway. About 180, I think I can lift off. Is that the speed I want? I feel like I'm bouncing. Don't tail strike, don't tail strike. Okay. Alright, we got nav now. So I can do path. Or altitude hold. I'll do altitude hold. Path hold. Okay, yeah, so autopilot's working now. Altitude and it'll keep me level going in the rate I want. Okay. So if I want to climb... slowing down too much. Oh, you're good. I'm gaining speed still. Alright, fine. Jesus. Okay. Okay, yeah, this is the input here. If I remember right, hang on. So we're going to disengage that. Disengage. We're gonna go to an altitude hold. Is it working? Yeah, altitude. So it's gonna level it out. 89.
Warning, autopilot.
Oh, it's not working.
Warning, autopilot.
Oh, why do you keep kicking off autopilot? That's also autopilot? Okay.
Warning, autopilot.
I know, I'm too far off the center. Okay.
Autopilot.
I was hitting buttons at this rate. I don't know how to go back from this screen. When in doubt, reload everything. I enable soy? I don't remember. Oh, I got some bombs ready to go, I guess. Snap, guns. I'm learning very slow. Getting a feel for what the controls do. I'm trying to figure out how to switch the pip. Oh, I reset the pip. How to do that? Which one of these fancy buttons reset the pip? Ah, it was that one. Okay. Alright, how do I slave? How do I slave? Okay, so... something else is supposed to happen. Oh, we did that. Let's look up a video. On A10-c.
Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome back to the Reapers. Today we're looking at our IFFCC. That stands for Integrated Flight, Fire and Fire Control Computer, which is a really weird name. I don't know why it's called that, but it is. It's this little doodah down here. We can have it on, we can have it test, or we can have it off. Now, if we put it in test, the interesting thing is it gives us options in the HUD to set various stuff up, and there's some pretty cool stuff in there. So we're going to go down to here. Now, it's incredibly important when you click it to, from the on position, to go to press the right click to go to test. Do not press left click. If you press left click, in fact, why don't I just show you? If I press left click, it goes to off, and then we've got a world of pain. And then if we tried going up to test, it would give us an engaged pre-flight bit test and a master caution, and it's problematic. So I'm going to get a new jet. So from a hot started plane, you would actually just do right click down to test, and then you don't have any problems. Then on your HUD you get this menu, this master menu of stuff that you can test and change. Now this is just a basic overview. We're not going to go into every single option and what they do because, well, we don't actually know. We haven't had time to read, but we just wanted to let you know that it's here and how you can change some cool stuff.
What is it? Is he in VR? What's he in? Is it track IR? Is that the thing that people use? Track IR. This thing? Works in Star Citizen? Oh. Elite Dangerous Horizons? Oh. Does it work in American Truck Simulator? Sadly. Farming Simulator 19? No? What? Game Town. Oh, wait, hang on. American. No, yeah, American Truck Simulator. Wow, it got added in 2016. It works in Arma 1. And everything works in everything. I think I need this. Where do I get Track IR? I want to buy Track IR right now. Track IR. What's the one on the Star Citizen site? Because Star Citizen was trying to sell one. Toby Eye Tracker. Oh no, I don't want Toby. Toby is that thing that's like $500, ain't it? Hang on. You're not gonna tell me the price, are you? Yeah. Oh, 229. That's not terrible. I thought it was more than that. What's it do? What's Toby Eye Tracker do? Is it better than Track AR? Okay, what's better? You gotta wear a reflector with Track IR? Better not watch this.
Hi and welcome. Today I want to show you something that I think is game changing, which is the Tobii Eye Tracker 5. Now this does eye and head tracking. I do own Track IR 5 and I also have VR, but for me this is the most suitable setup to help learn my head at the moment, and I'm just using my eyes. So let's have a look. I'm going to look down the left panel and I can look all the way back and I can see the OBOG switch. And then I can go back up to the center, and then I can look down on the right panel, and I can look all the way back, and I can see everything down there that I want, all the way back. So I can move it around without even moving my head. Now, say I want to move my head instead of my eyes. So I keep looking straight, and then I just look down to the left, moving my head. I can see down there, and then I can look down onto the right.
Kind of wish that he had his webcam on so I could see. Let's see what this is.
Is the Tobii eye tracker any good? I've got one. I'm going to see if it works, if it's worth it.
What's your camera? Jesus, I want it.
Here in the arrow, ready to take off.
Oh, he's in
just
Star
turn on
Citizen.
the default settings and just show you what it looks like out of the box. So you just go into options, comms, VoIP, and head tracking, your source, general source for head tracking, swap to Tobii, and then just scroll right down, turn on extended view. There we go, and here we are. Now, I'll warn you, out of the box, it's pretty wild. It's pretty sensitive. Even just trying to look forward is quite tricky. I think this is too sensitive. I mean, it's very responsive, and maybe that's what some people will want, but for me, I'm almost starting to feel sick already. So what I'm going to do, in the setting that I have found that's most useful for this, because there are a load of settings here, is again, if you scroll right down, there's a load of general settings for head tracking, and then there's also some Tobii specific ones. You've got a dead zone ability, and you can adjust the scale of it. You can also change how
I think I want eye tracker
or to your head. So if you go all the way up to the top here, it will just respond to your head. If you go all the way down, it will respond just to your eye movement, which is pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty good. It works quite well. Gauge responsiveness just means how quickly it will respond to your eyes. So if you dart around, it will ping with you. It's quite slow by default, which I think again works quite well. You've got sensitivity here for yaw and pitch, and then the one I've ended up this is the only change I've made, is just bumping up the center stabilization to 0.2. And what that does, it just means it's not any small movements that I'm making. It will track it, but it's just nowhere near as intense. The center is much more stabilized, which works well. So I've still got the ability to move. I can still look with just my eyes. So that's looking left, looking right, looking down, looking up, and then yeah, it's still there. And you can fling your head around if you want to, but I think for me, as I look at the camera, it will go a bit wild. For me, that setting is pretty much put it where I want.
I think I want Tobii eye tracker.
So I've taken off, and I've got myself to one of the new gas cloud and the Grange points, which is nice, so we can see a bit more.
Okay. Let's try. What's it on? What's the Tobii on? I don't know if it's IE. Oh, II. Okay. It's not anything. You're like, what? Why you do this to me? I thought this was like $500. That's actually more affordable than I thought it was. I'm just gonna turn on game capture for now, so I can buy this, so you guys don't see any of my information. Okay. I wonder if this is on Amazon. I don't really like to support Amazon, but if I can get it like by not UK. Why does my Amazon default to UK Amazon? What in the world? I was gonna buy Go XLR, but they're all sold out, so It'll be here on Monday if I do it this way. Hmm. Nope. All right. So on that side. Turn off my camera for a bit. I kinda. Oh shit. This is free shipping. What can I do? Who covers the cost of custom taxes and duties? You know what? I wonder if Best Buy has any of these. If I go pick one up right now, I will. I don't think it is like you. I don't think you buy it in stores. I think you only buy it online. I buy it off this site just because I don't like giving Amazon any money. Mm. I can't choose. Wonder if anyone has like a creator code for Toby. Man, fuck it. Oh, alrighty. I now have a Toby eye tracker going on. Man, my ear itches so bad. Okay, back to since I bought it now, we can go back to. Oh, there we go.
So we're on the main menu here. We can cycle up and down the menus with select up and select down. If we wanted to go into an option, we can press enter. Now the first one is CCIP consent option on or off. Do you know what that is, Sly? Can you explain that?
Yeah, so that is your consent to release weapons, basically. So you, in off mode, you have no release constraint. In 3x9 or 3.9 line, the release 5mm solution queue must pass through the large bombing reticle. So basically what that does is it changes. So you remember when you did your CCRP, and you had your bomb fall line and you had a little dot on the bomb fall line that moved down the bomb fall line to your reticle at the bottom.
Yep.
As it's approaching that, you press and hold, and as it passes through, the weapon releases. Yep. That is the consent, so you have to be in the right place for that to pass through your pipper and for the bomb to release. If it's off to the side, it will not pass through and it will not release a bomb. So that's basically what that's talking about. It's the consent to release a weapon for your positioning of the aircraft and putting it in the right place.
Okay, I get it.
You can have it off, so you have no. So you can just push the button and it will release anyway. Or you can have it 3.9, which is basically like having a horizontal line rather than the 5mm dot. Or you can have the 5mm dot, which means it's very accurate. And it's basically your accuracy. 5mm is going to be very accurate. 3.9 not so accurate. Off, you could drop it anywhere.
Right, and in real life, this is so that you don't accidentally bomb a school or something, presumably.
Yes, exactly. And I'm saying off, you can drop it anywhere. It might also be off, you can't drop anything at all. I'm not 100%.
Roger. So we'll change it with data up and down. So 5mm, 3 of 9, whacked it off. Okay, bit. This is a whole series of bit built-in tests that we can run. We're going to have a quick look in there. If you are into your bit tests, as a lot of people are, then you can go and run your bit tests, and they will come back with results whether you are good to fly or whether you've got problems. Personally, it's not something I'm going to do. AAS, enter in there. This is regards your gun funnel. You can set it up to match certain aircraft, and you can add or take away aircraft from that gun funnel wingspan selector. So if I wanted to add a F-18 to it, then I'd go there, I'd press enter, and now it has the F-18. And you can also change a manual one. We've got a manual that we go here, press enter, and we could change the wingspan and stuff of that manual one. Roger, so that's that. Weapons, this is more my area. We can change the gun here, whether it's using combat mix, or I can't get that to change. Oh, I press enter in it, and we can change various stuff with that gun. If you want a minimum altitude, if you want how many rounds you've got, and stuff there. We don't know what they mean, but this is there if you want it. And if we go back out, we've got our offset adjust, we can adjust there, and our target, a variable target elevation. So, yeah, there you go. Weapon rel data, let's go and have a look. Auto scroll, any idea? I don't think we know that one, do we? Let's skip over that. Display modes, oh, we like this one. This is one we actually use. So, various stuff that we can display. So, for instance, if I am weird and I want it in metric, I can go to metric instead of imperial. Or I can have my airspeed set in true speed or ground speed or Mach IAS. So different, that's something else we can do. If I want to show my vertical velocity on the HUD, we can do that. If I want to show my radar altitude tape, so if I wanted a radar altitude tape on my HUD at all times, I could have that in there. Could you explain, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Could you explain the CCIP gun cross occult, because that's something we like to do.
Yeah, so on the what I tend to do is I tend not, if I'm using the guns, I tend not to use the guns in guns mode, which sounds a bit weird, but I use them in the CCIP mode, which gives you the gun cross. If you have a target selected as SPI and look at it in your HUD, you'll see that you have a green square around it, which is showing you where the target is. In normal default mode, when you pass your gun cross over the target, that green box will disappear behind the gun cross, and turning this off will mean that the green box will be shown through the gun cross. I tend to use it as if you're quite far away and you can't actually see the target, but you picked it up on your TGP and you're just steering to it with your HUD on the moving your HUD with the green box round. Sometimes when the cross moves over it and it disappears, you lose track of it underneath. So I tend to turn this off and still keep the green box over my, underneath my gun cross.
Okay,
Just makes it easier to find the target.
Shows an example of that then. Exit, we've got maintenance. Well, we can adjust our bore sight here, up and down or lateral. That's interesting. Okay, that's that. What else have we got? Delta Cal, absolutely no idea, but stuff that you can change.
Okay, there's that. HUD and symbology. Alright.
Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing very well. Today we're in the A10-C and we're looking at the modes of the HUD, the heads-up display, and the various symbology. First thing to say, for the scope of what we're looking at today, this is going to be identical to the A10-C1, the Warthog. This is the A10-C2, the Tank Killer. Next, in terms of the scope, we're going to look at the basic symbology that are on these various modes, but we're not going to go further into sub-modes. The reason being, if we did, this would be a 2 or 3 hour video. Those, however, will all be covered in the relevant tutorials in this playlist, like the various weapons, the various types of navigation, etc. First, let's look at the modes, and as you probably know, to change through the modes, we're just going to push Master Mode control button. The first HUD mode we'll be presented with will always be nav. If we press our button, we'll go to the next. Guns, this is for air to ground guns. Next is CCIP, continuously computed impact point, air to ground. Next, CCRP, continuously computed release point, again air to ground. Press again and we're back to nav. Also, if we press and hold the button, we'll get to air mode. So that's once more, and we're going to start with nav. This dashed circle with a dot is our depressible pipper. It's fixed essentially above the bore sight of the aircraft, and using the UFC down here and possibly other methods, we can depress it by a certain amount downwards. Next, this is our barometric altitude in feet. Next is our current attitude of our pitch in degrees. So we're currently climbing at 6 degrees. Next is our current radar altitude, and you can see it's blank at the moment because we're out of limits in terms of altitude. Next is our currently selected steer point. We currently have steer point 0 selected, and the reference or the name of that steer point is initial position. Next, the current range of that steer point from us is 3.1 miles. DTS, direct to steer, so as the crow flies. Next is the amount of time and current parameters in minutes and seconds before we get to that steer point. Next is our clock. Note, this is UTC/GMT, not local time. So currently 0825, local time is GMT +4. Next is our heading tape. This is a magnetic heading, but it can be set to true. Here is our pointer. So we currently have a magnetic heading of 052. Associated with the heading tape is our azimuth to get to our currently selected steer point. An arrow to the right and a heading of 217. So we need to fly 217 magnetic heading to get to steer point 0. Next is our SPI association. So our SPI, of which we will only have one, our center point of interest, is currently associated with steer point 0. I suppose we can ever so quickly go and change that. If we were to move to our TGP here with soy right, this is all covered in other tutorials, so don't worry, and assign a SPI on our T-pod or our TGP, you can see the SPI is now assigned via the T-pod. TGP can reset that back to the steer point, and our SPI is now assigned back to steer point 0, steer point. Next up here, D5/B1, and I'm going to bring RC in for that explanation.
DT-SAS mode and FOM message. This field displays the DT-SAS mode and FOM message as set on EGI CPU.
Next we have our SOI marker here. If the HUD is selected as SOI, sensor of interest, which means that we can essentially work via the HUD, then it will have this star assigned to it. If not, for instance, if I were to assign our SOI to one of the MFDs, then that star disappears. Assign the SOI back to the HUD, and you can see we've got the star again. L means that the laser is currently armed. If we were to...
That's what I want right here. Soy and SPI.
Hello and welcome back to the Reapers. Today we're in our A10-c, and I'm going to try and clear up some of the terminology used in the A10-c. So if you're anything like me, I consider myself the layman. I'm not particularly smart, I'm not particularly dumb, I'm somewhere in the middle. And I have been learning the A10-c over the last few days, and I found it difficult. A lot of what you learn in the A10-c is just different from all of the other planes and helicopters you fly, and that's made it very difficult for me. And a lot of the difficulty is understanding a lot of the acronyms and terminology that's used. Once you can understand them, then everything else just starts to click. And so I'm going to try and describe some of those terms in my own layman's terms today, and hopefully that will help some people. And we're not going to go through all of them because there are bucket loads of acronyms in this thing, and most of them you can just quickly look up the manual and figure out easily, like TAD, Tactile Awareness Display, you immediately know what that means. Digital Stores Management System, you can immediately know what that means. TGP, the targeting pod, you immediately know what that means, but some of them aren't quite as easy. The first one is SOI, Sensor of Interest. We've got lots of sensors on this aircraft, and we've got 3 what I call sensor windows, ways of accessing those sensors.
Okay.
We've got the HUD as 1, left MFD as 2, right MFD as 3. We can only interact with, actively, one of those sensor windows at a time. And if you want to interact with that sensor window, you have to have that sensor window selected as SOI. So if I wanted to use, not read from, but use, interact with, press buttons with this HUD, I have to have it sensor of interest, SOI. I do that by pressing this chap here, Coolie switch up. We're also going to use left and right in a bit. I'd press Coolie switch up short. You can see we've now got a little star in there. That's our center of interest. It's our selected center.
Ah, okay.
sensor window, and we can now do stuff. We can press, I might not be able to do it here, but yeah, there we can. DMS up and down now does stuff on this sensor window, and I can do other stuff. Now if I've got this sensor down here, or the sensor window down here, we could have on it a TAD or a DSMS or a TGP or a status page. Let's just go to the TAD. I want to do stuff, interact with the TAD. I can't do it at the moment. If I press DMS up and down at the moment, it's not changing it. It's changing stuff in the HUD. Well, I need to make this soy, and I do that with coolie left long. I've done that, and you can see it's created a rectangle.
Oh, left long, okay. It works. Okay, now I can target things. Okay, so I figured that out.
Around the outside, this window is now soy, and now DMS I'm down does this. I can now interact fully with this window, and it's one of the things that really drives you nuts, as I've been learning, because like we had there, this is now soy. I forget that soy, and I go up here. I want to interact with this HUD here. I go to press DMS up to change this waypoint here, and it doesn't work. Nothing's working. You get frustrated. You miss your target. And what I'm actually doing is doing this soy, doing this window here, because this is soy. So very important to understand that when you are going to press certain buttons that relate to one of these three sensor windows, then you have it selected as soy. It will give you reminders. For instance, this Maverick screen I'm on at the moment is currently not soy. It's reminding me, okay, you want to use the Maverick, fine, but this is not soy. You can't do it at the moment. I'd have to do coolie right long to make this soy, and then it will have a little box around the outside and whatnot. I don't think I can do it now because I haven't got any actual Mavericks on, but you get the idea. So that's my description of soy, and while you have to drum it into your head if you're going to learn the A10C, because otherwise it will drive you absolutely nuts. Next, SPI, sensor point of interest. This is a three-dimensional point in space, somewhere in the world. The other thing is you only have one SPI. You will only ever have one SPI. You cannot create a SPI, you cannot delete a SPI, and this is important to understand. You can just move a SPI. I can have one there, I'm going to move it there. I can have one there, I'm going to move it there. But I've never got more than one in one place at a time. So I can, what I call designate a SPI, that means, in other words, to move it to a certain place. And with that SPI in a position, I can do stuff to that SPI. It's mainly going to be used for employing weapons. I've got a SPI set over here, for instance. Well, I can go to my Maverick screen, I can press China hat forward long, and that will slew this Maverick sensor to look at that SPI. Then I press the fire button, and there you go, it's going to blow that SPI up. Or I can drop bombs on that SPI there. I could drop a guided bomb on that SPI, or I could designate the SPI over here. I'll drop a guided bomb from here, and that guided bomb would guide to my SPI. Or I can use my guns against that SPI. In that case, it would show the SPI in my HUD when it's in my HUD. In fact, I've got one literally right there. That is a telling me it's 10 degrees to the right and 35 miles away. Is that right? Yes, it is. and that's going to show on the HUD, and I could go and employ my guns against that speed box on my HUD. So that is an description of the SPI, the limitations of the SPI, and what we can do with the SPI. Generally speaking, we can designate or move that SPI using TMS up long in one of our 3 sensor windows, be it there, or there, or there, generally speaking. Next is waypoints. You're probably familiar from waypoints with other modern aircraft. Any aircraft that's got an INS/GPS navigation system is probably going to have waypoints. A waypoint is a 3-dimensional or 2-dimensional point in space that is designed for you to navigate to and from. Usually we have several waypoints, so unlike the SPI, you will have several, pretty much as many as you can create, I think. I don't think there's a limit. You can create a waypoint from this this sensor window here on this tab. I could click that button that's actually just disappeared. So there we go. I could create waypoint number 4 by clicking there, or I could create it in my CDU by typing in the numbers, or my CDU repeater there, or I could, I can't remember if I can create it from HUD, I could create it in the mission editor. We can navigate to these waypoints independently so that they're not linked together, or we can link them together in the CDU here as something called a flight plan, which gives us more functionality when using these waypoints to navigate. Once we've got a fully functioning flight plan, we can then create a new waypoint. We can add it into that waypoint, that flight plan, if we wish. That's how I'll describe waypoints, and I'll describe them exclusively for use as navigation. It's possible you might be able to use one of those waypoints and turn it into, designate a SPI on top of that. In that case, you could use it for targeting, but generally.
Okay, he said to set something as a SPI, so I'm over here now. So I have long. So is that SPI now? No, it's moving to my SPI right now, which is somewhere else. So I have a SPI set up somewhere. Up. Hang on. Alrighty. That SPI's in the air. Okay, so. SPI is somewhere in the air. How did he move a SPI? So we're gonna go up. Did that work? Oh, okay. I think that turned it. Okay, so I'm gonna slave everything to that.
Speed brake.
How do you do?
That's not how it works. Next is our steer point. Our steer point is like our speed. We only ever have one. We're not going to delete one. We're not going to create one. We're going to move our steer point to wherever that is. And we would generally use a steer point to our active waypoint. So at the moment we've got on our hard waypoint 3 is active. So that is going to be our
Did you get a missed call from somebody? Oh, telemarketer. Never mind. We're gonna quit out. I'm gonna start one that I'm already in the air, so I got everything. Close. Okay, A10-c instant action. Free flight, I guess. Does that mean I'm on the runway? Hope I like get it soon because I got that Tobii eye tracker. I literally just ordered it. Oh. I shouldn't have loaded a different map. This might take a minute. What the fuck? That's not at all what I clicked.
SPI is a point in 3D space that any given sensor may be locked onto. By default, the next steer point is SPI. In the HUD, simply drag the TDC to an area of interest and hold TMS up long to make it SPI. The TDC box will grow a little tail to indicate SPI has been set.
It'll grow a tail. Okay.
The TDC can still be. In the HUD, simply drag the TDC to an area of interest and hold TMS up long to make it SPI.
TMS aft long. What button is that? What button is TMS aft long? Is it this? I don't know. I'm saying stuff. I'm not touching anything because DCS does not like it when you touch things when you're trying to play it. I think it's loading the map. I believe rockets or missiles, especially air-to-ground missiles like the Mavericks, they have targeting pods on the missiles themselves, so you can set it from the Maverick and just launch it. But I do think they gotta warm up. They do not work cold. Warm up as in you have to start them, and then they take like a few minutes to arm. In case it's a cold start. I didn't think about that. Hope it's not a cold start. I gotta go to work in like 2 hours, so.
TDC box will grow a little tail to indicate SPI has been set. The TDC can still be moved around and will remain as SPI. Go long DMS right to make that soy. Slew the map cursor to a point of interest. Go short TMS right to create a mark point, short TMS up to hook it, and long TMS up to make it SPI. When SPI is set in TAD, it'll look like an Aztec pyramid, and in the HUD, it'll look like a dotted box. When it comes to SPI, the TGP is the most versatile of all. You can zoom right in on a distant target, long TMS up to make it SPI. Because Maverick optics are very limited, switch to Maverick. Press long China hat forward to slave all to SPI. In this way, you can use the SPI function in TGP for Maverick targeting. It's vital to remember that if you move the TGP or something...
When they say China hat forward, they're talking about this right here, this red button. That's the China hat.
Last bar, this album provided musical accompaniment.
My alarm's going off. I gotta fix that. Show my alarms.
You have 2 alarms.
Open alarms. Why is this playing? Oh, hang on.